Hey, what's up guys, welcome to another tutorial of PHP and MySQL series, and in today's video I'm going to teach you that how you can insert an image using AJAX request to our server, and then we will upload that image to our server and save that image record in MySQL database. So this video will be divided into maybe 2 parts or maybe 3 parts, but in this part what we are going to do, we will just learn that how we will create an input field here, and user will able to select an image from his computer, or maybe from his mobile phone, and then we will insert that image using AJAX request to the server. Without any delay, let's start. So on the left hand you can see we have this file structure on which we were working previously. So first of all I will click on index.php file, and here I'm going to just copy this and paste this here. Here I will type like profile image, and I'm going to remove this input from here and will create a simple button, and inside this I will write my text like select image. This button type would be button. If you will not define this attribute, what will happen that your page will be reloaded when you will click on this button. So it is necessary to provide this attribute to prevent your page to be reloaded, because we are dealing with AJAX. Next we have to define another attribute for ID, and I'm going to give ID like select image button. Next here I will create an other input of type file, and its style would be display none. So basically user will not see this input, but still we have to create this to complete our functionality. And another ID would be provided to this element like input file, and here you can define another thing like accept is equal to image. So you can define this custom attribute, so this input will only accept images. So we have created this. First of all, let me cut this custom attribute from here and paste this here, because later we will add this custom attribute. And now I will refresh my page, so you can see that this is our input and the button that we created. And now we will add this attribute to hide our that input. Now what will be happen? First of all, I will copy the ID of our select image button, scroll down, and here inside the jQuery I'm going to type an on click listener to our button. So type here hash the ID of our button dot on, and here we will pass 2 parameters. The first one would be click, and the second one would be a callback function like this. So callback function would be like this, and here I will press semicolon. And now what we will do, simply just copy the ID of this input type file, scroll down again, and write your jQuery code to click on this input. So basically when user will click on this button, we have set on click listener to our this button, and this input will be clicked by JavaScript. So basically user will click on the button, but this JavaScript code will be click on the input that you have defined above, and we have hide them that input from our user. So now let me refresh our page and let me click on this button. So you can see that when I am clicking on my simple HTML button, it is asking me to select a file from my computer. So I can select a file. Now what we have to do, globally we have to declare a variable. Basically this is not a global variable, still this is only be accessible inside this callback function by jQuery. And here I will declare a button like selected file is equal to null. So by default when page will be reloaded, this variable value would be null. And now what we have to do, we have to copy the ID of our this input field, scroll down, and here again write $hash our ID dot on, and the first parameter would be change, and the second parameter would be a callback function. Here I will press a semicolon. Here we have to define e. You can define anything like element, simple e, or whatever you want, but we have to use this parameter inside our this function. So here I will type e dot target, and before this I will create a variable like let file image is equal to e.target, and from here I will copy this and paste here at selected files is equal to file image. Let me copy this from here and paste here. Next type files and type here 0 and press here semicolon, and let me console.log our selected file so we can see the result. I will paste my selected file here. Let me refresh the page. I will press F12. You can also open this console by right click and click on inspect. So from here we have to click on console. First of all, I will select an image. So you can see that when I select an image, that above input was clicked, and when I select something, and as you know that we have set on change listener to our that input type file, and basically that selected image is displaying at this position. So we just have simply save that image in this variable. Now we have to send this image from AJAX to our server. So next part, as we know that when user will fill up this information, when he will select an image, he will click on this submit button, and from our this HTML code we have to figure out that where that button exists. So this is the button that will click by user. I have to search the on click listener in our JQD code, and here we will write our code to send this file to our server. So first of all, I will declare here another variable like let form data is equal to new form data. Basically this is a JavaScript class that we use to send images and files to our server, and similarly what we have to do here, I will type like form data dot append, and let me type a key like profile image comma, and the second parameter would be our profile image, the variable that we were created at this position. So we know that file image will be stored inside this variable when user will select that. So we have to copy that from there and paste that image here and press here semicolon. Again, let me copy and paste this 2 times. From here I will copy my email, paste here, my password key, paste here, remove this object, copy this email variable that contain the email that will be typed by user, paste here, and next copy this password variable and paste here. And next simply we have to copy this form data from here and paste at this position, and make sure to put comma in the end. And as we know that this AJAX function accepts some keys and values like type, we have to define the type of our AJAX request, the URL where our this form data will be submitted, the data key that contains the data that we sent through our form, and a success and error keys. Similarly, we have to make some another changes here. What changes? Let me open this, and from here you simply need to copy this process data key and content type, set it to false, and make sure to paste here like this. And one more thing, we have to copy this ink type multi-form data. As you know that in the previous video when we were inserting image to our database, this ink type we were adding this in our form. Suppose this is a form and we are directly submitting our data to our server. What we do, we simply type here an ink type is equal to multi-part and form data. But now because we are sending our data through an AJAX request, that's why we have to define that at this position. So as we know that our request handler.php file will be receive this data, first of all I will comment this for a reason, and directly I will console.log the response from our server that will come at this position. And now let me refresh this. I will select an image like this and I will submit this. Okay, status is equal to true. We have to make some another changes. Open the request handler.php. This is the URL on which we are submitting our data. So I will open the request handler.php. Here I will type echo print r $_files. $_ is the PHP super global that contains files that are uploaded by user. As you know that post contain the data that is posted by the user, but files is the super global that contain the files. So here I will type like pre semicolon, and here I will copy and paste this and copy our post variable as well. And now let me refresh this. From here I will click on network, and I will currently remove all the previous content. So here I will type a dummy email like abc@gmail.com, a password like 123456, an image like you can see that I have selected this image, and when I will click on submit, you can see that this was our request that you can see on console. Then click on network, and this is our request, and you can see that this is the file name request handler.php. Just click on this. So first we were printed our super global $_files. This is the data that is contained by that super global, and this is the data that is contained by $_post super global. So we have successfully inserted our image to our server and the data like his email and password to our server. In the next video I will teach you that how we will accept this data in PHP and save that image in our server, and also save that image to our MySQL, so later we can access that image and display to our user. So friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any question, you can ask us in the comment section. We will try to answer your question, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel for our regular videos. And finally, thanks for watching.